So I didn't think my circulation system was working, but I can see it from here. I've actually managed to get a better view for you guys that like watching this and have just a general interest in it. I don't actually have an interest in watching them go around for hours on end, which is why my videos generally aren't that long, and normally someone comes in the kitchen, which makes it difficult to vid, but I am fascinated with engineering and automotive industry. That ranges from domestic appliances that I've engineered since I've been engineering since I was started the family basically for a family business at the age of 8, 9. I was working in our shop. Originally it was a computer shop where I used to program computers, servers and stuff like that, and then we then changed into the appliance industry. I won't go into detail why that happened. Something wasn't quite law-abiding in the business. That's enough said on that. So we changed the industry, and that's when I started getting into things. At the age of 12 or 13, I had made a boiler for my bedroom. I remember our central heating system had gone down. I can't believe I'm actually going to say this on here, because my mum and dad have always took the mick out of me for it, and whenever they meet someone that is new to me or whatever, it's always the highlight of the table topic. And I had my old hamster cage when I was like 7, 8. I still had when I was 13, 14, obviously minus the hamsters. And my nan gave me an old teas made, which was pressurised kettle, which would fill up being pressurised, which was quite clever for its age back then. So when it boiled, it would automatically squirt the water up through the spout into the teapot. I used a hose pipe, a 20-litre white empty paint tub, put some electrical fittings in, drilled some holes, and run the pipe around my room, connected the teas made up, and obviously used my hamster cage as the heat outlet. And 2 seconds.
That's right, that's where I was coming from. So hold on this here. Under the bed. Oh, that go. These are. Yeah, I've got my word. I'll do my mum. The tense one is completely different from that. So, yeah, it is working.
Yeah. Sorry about that. When I was talking, my auntie asked me a question. Check on the little dog, because normally chews the ball up too much. Yeah, what I was saying is, I when I was a kid, I built a boiler because I was so cold in my bedroom, and I ran a bloody garden hose pipe around my bedroom. Used a hamster cage as a steam relief and a condenser, which I didn't intend in making some sort of condenser to collect the water, but I had, and that's what was happening. And then it was feeding back into the paint bucket, which I had gravity fed, which was then going back into the kettle on a circular system. Obviously, it was not very long till my mum was like, "What's going on with my electric?" It was costing a fortune with a kettle running constantly, but yeah, it heated my room up. That was without a radiator. But yeah, I like making stuff and inventing stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that I have invented which I can't post because unfortunately I lost it on an old email address, all my engineering stuff. But there is, I did look at the door seal for this, I've spoken on the previous videos, for the Think or ThinQ LG door seal with the jets. I actually looked into that, and it's just got a dual pump on the waste pump. I looked into it quite a bit actually yesterday, and I was like, I'm glad I haven't bought one, or wouldn't in a way. The only thing a few things impressed me on it, but the rest I thought was quite crap. Like, it's not using the turbo wash all the way through the main wash. Obviously this is constantly using the circulation or spray, whatever you want to call it. I never got round to fitting the high pressure pump in this, which used to be in my Hoover Logic, until that broke, and then I converted it into the what do you want to call it, Hoover Point. I'll just zoom in. Sometimes I'll zoom in, it affects the sound. You can see the spray from the top of the drum. I do want to change that. I just still haven't got around to it. So yeah, as the door seals I was looking at, which they do fit this machine, especially the 9 kilogram. This one's only 8 kilogram, but they've got the same porthole. But to be honest, I don't think I really need to. It would just be a nerdy thing for me to be adding the turbo door seal, but I'm not paying £70 or UK British pound money for it. It also has obviously the inlet on the that door seal has it fills through the door seal rather than into the tub. And I'd have to convert that, which I can't be bothered to do. So there is another door seal I can get to fit, a universal one that does have some jets on the door seal, which I'll probably keep the same pump in it, to be honest, because the one I'm using is actually quite powerful anyway, as you can see there. It's got really decent spray on it. I may even drill into the top of the tub and just add a few more portholes, and then put a splitter on it, so it's spraying from a few different directions from the top rather than on the door seal. I'm not sure yet. I was in a local DIY shop today, ironically, getting stuff for my dog, and I was looking for a splitter. Back of my mind, I suppose it was at the back of my mind. I wanted to do something, but I'm not in the mood to pull it out at the moment. I've had a man flu for the last 7 days now, so I've just not been in the mood to do anything. I've just been relaxing, off work. I'm still off work at the moment anyway. I'm just not feeling 100%. But I'm in a position where I don't need to rush back at the moment. I'm self-employed anyway, so I'm not too bothered. But yeah, I was thinking of other things. I was even thinking of adding an eco bubble system to this, which Samsung's eco bubble is basically the jet system from underneath. It's rubbish. People think it's blowing air in, and that it's not. It's just blowing spray underneath, which creates bubbles. It's going to. So I thought about splitting it down and pushing it out through, but this foams up enough as it is. I hardly use any soap powder, because if I put more than this much, sort of 50 mil, which is like the lowest on the scoop, I have to put about that much in the scoop, because I couldn't get away with a full scoop like that, because this machine gets sudlock. And there's one thing I didn't know about this LG. I've never really used it, to be honest. Sat in the garage for so long. That's how it ended up rusty and shit. But when it's got sudlock, which I didn't know, this machine keeps constantly adding water, emptying, filling, emptying, spinning whilst it's doing it. It engages the circulation pump as well, to get all the sud out of that. For you that want to know about the circulation pump, it does have a hot point. It's run off a hot point pressure switch, not LG. Because I just use parts off my old one. If I can get away about wasting money on it, I will. But I did integrate it. It wasn't just fitted; it's integrating. I integrated it into the program with this, which I had to get link it to the computer. I'm not going to go into detail for that, because it's basically hacked. I haven't hacked the program, but I've just modified it so it's basically the LG knows that it's got a circulation pump. Obviously this model does have, not this particular model, but a variation of it, very similar, the F1222TD. There is one with the circulation pump as well, obviously, but I was able to enable that function off the main board, and let it know that it has it. So it did change a few things. Like so, when it's got sudlock now and it's spinning, it engages the circulation pump as well. It sprays the clothes, which creates a bit more sudlock when it's rinsing. But it knows it's got sudlock, so it then adds water. It keeps circulation pump running. It empties. It stops both pumps, then it empties both pumps. It wasn't like the hot point where I added it to the hot point. It was just a very simple, basic, like just spraying from the top. Whereas this one surprised me a little bit actually. But I didn't with the hot point. Obviously, hot point don't have this. That their direct injection technology is just rubbish. It's basically mixing it in the base of it. It's supposed to be mixing soap powder. It's just crap. I'm not a fan of hot point, to be honest. I'm not a fan of LG, to be honest. I like all the old school stuff, especially like the Hoover Logic, stuff like that. Unfortunately, not very many models of the Hoover Ecologic or Hoover Logic they didn't agitate very much. I did have a washer dryer Hoover Logic 1600, which was rare. Not with the round dial, but with the the sliding dials. I forgot what they're called now. Where it click till it found the program. One of those that I did have. That one did so it'd agitate like this to the left. It would stop for a second, and then it would do about a 15-second agitate, and then it would pause. I don't know. I can't remember how long. Say 20 seconds, and it would do it the other way. Do a rotate like this. Not as long as this, but about the same as that actually. and then it is going to about 15-second agitation. This machine at the moment is on an intensive cotton 60 wash. I haven't put this on a boil since I've had it back out the garage, because for a simple reason, when I changed the bearings, getting them out was it took me about 2 hours to get the bearings out from my lump hammer, and I soaked it in a WD-40, which obviously I couldn't heat the bearings, freeze the bearings. So I could get it in the freezer. I did put ice around it though. Just try and shrink the metal, but it created a chemical weld with the rust off the bearing. And the only reason the bearings failed on this was because the seal failed. And with it been running like that for God knows how long before the leak eventually happened, like completely, where the bearing started allowing water out the back, which tripped my electrics. Damage is already done. But what the damage has happened is when my granddad was using this, the paddle flew off, which is why it ended up in the garage, and it's just something that I didn't get around to fixing. That happened in lockdown, so just ordered another one, and this was put on the back burner. It was kept as a spare basically. I didn't need it at the time. But I won't throw anything away that can be made good. But the damage that, since I've repaired the paddle, that it has done is obviously with it being in use till it started leaking the other week, is the shaft is warped on the outer tub, and I'd say the spider is also warped as well, where the stator motor sat on. So when I was got the old bearings out, I didn't notice at the time there was a hairline crack halfway around where the bearing still sits in. I thought I cracked it when I was using my lump hammer to get it out, and then when I looked back at my video, when I split the tub in half before I even touched the bearings, and zoomed in, I could see on the video that the crack was already there originally. So going back to the reason why I haven't boiled it is because I have used a chemical compound to weld the back of that, and so far so good. I'm touching wood right now. 60, there's been no leaks, nothing. This machine's been running fine. But I think if I was to put this on a 95, I'm just concerned that the compound would probably will eventually break down in a way. I might be wrong, might be alright, but I really can't be bothered. Well, if it does leak, I won't be repairing it again, because I now know the inner tub, outer tub, or the inner part of the outer tub is split on the inside, and I know if I need to do the bearings again, the next time I smack it out, it's going to split. It's going to smash the whole thing out with it. So basically, this will be ready to be chucked. Not the machine, just the tub. So if I get another tub, I'll definitely go for the largest kilogram I can get in it. I may not even put an LG one in it. I'll just manufacture mounting points for, I don't know, maybe the higher, wherever you pronounce it. Like my mum, she's got 13 kilogram. Obviously that's if everything's still running fine on this. But so yeah, that's the reason why it's never on a boil wash. I'm going to stop this in a minute because I've got things to do. I doubt I'll be videoing the spin, I don't know, because on this model, when it does a spin, it's 20 minutes long. When it eventually engages, takes a while for this one to spin, it's just because it just can't get a balance right straight away. Well, sometimes I'm lucky, it's really quiet and silent, and it just engages spin. That's a rarity, even on a full load. It looks balanced, but the tackle on the machine, when it's obviously the readings it's getting back, it's still detecting it's not balanced. Obviously, so the ratio between the two from when it's, I don't know if only the engineers will probably know the most, but when the machine's running like this, it's running on numbers constantly. It's a tackle on the back of it. Oh, it's not on the back of the motor on the stator. I'm not actually sure where the tackle's located on this. It'll be around somewhere. Obviously, tackle's right on the back of a universal motor, an induction motor, the original styles. Might be it's integrated into the board. It's probably on the feedback on the 3 separate pins. That's separate to the stator pins. It runs on figures, numbers constantly, and it waits till it gets a ratio of nearly the same, and then obviously it'll engage spin. So if those figures don't add up, which is normally 2 figures, ranging over a couple hundred, when they start becoming nearly equal, so say like 400 or 500, I think it works out at. I can't remember when I last put a meter on a tackle to test it. I can't remember now. It's been bloody years since I've done that. Then they're able to engage spin. It's just one has a problem with. It's not a fault on the board or anything. It's purely the fact that the inner tub is buckled, shafts buckled, support shafts buckled, spider's damaged. So yeah, spin's always an issue. And the noise isn't the bearings. The bearings are actually silent on this. Like if I had to spin the drum with it, not on it, the bearings are silent. So it's the bearings are holding out at the moment. It's just the imbalance is causing rattling, shaking in my kitchen. Don't matter what machines in my kitchen anyway. The floorboards, it makes the machine shake. That's why it's wedged in. Just trying to keep it a bit quieter. Not that I need to worry, there's no neighbours up below me or anything like that, because it's a 4-story house. But there's a shop below me. But it's at the back of the shop, so they've never said anything in the years that the machines have been spinning. But yeah, I don't know. No, I am going to make something at some point. Next on my list is I want to convert my old freezer, undercover freezer, into an aircon, but not using the compressor or the gases in it. I'm going to leave it as a fridge, but it's just something I'm going to try. I don't know if it's going to work. It's just it's something I've come up with. I haven't got round to that yet either. I need to order the parts to do it first. That's my probably my next fun me project. Obviously when I was fixing the bearings on this, that wasn't a fun project, that was stressful. Didn't actually cause myself an injury that day, I was shocked. Normally end up with a cut or bang on the thumb or something, but nothing. Did have a sore back, mind. Other than that, it's all good. Yeah, I'll leave this for a few more minutes. And then I've got to go upstairs because I need to change the wire in my bedroom. But yeah, I'll shut up now. If this video stops randomly, it's because my auntie or cousin's about to come in and when he gets home from work, and yeah, it's just. That's why I just stop it. Yeah, the only time I normally do a proper video is probably in the morning when I normally wake up about 5 AM every morning. There's no one around then. I'm normally sat at a table drinking about 1 million cups of tea, take the dog for a walk, get some fresh air and that before I start my day. And that's when I normally put the machine on, but the machine hasn't been on for a while, so I thought I'd better put it on today just to make sure there's no, bearings are still good and water hasn't leaked through that seal that I was saying about. But yeah, it's not squeaking or anything, so all good. But yeah, I'm going to shut up now, just leave that. One thing I will say, that it's got sod or soap powder in it, and as you can see, look how it's lathered up. Like that's just from the spray at the top. I will zoom in actually. Good look. Before I put it back. I'm going to drink my Diet Coke and then stop this video. It's got a big flow. Now, I don't really need to do much for the jet system. I call it jet system, that's Sanusi's name, but it's because I always had Sanusi, the original ones. Don't like the new crap. Well, Electrolux is crap. But yeah. Quite happy with this though. In this machine, the front comes off on a hinge, like the Miele. So it's like you can access this machine everywhere. Whereas my mate's one, when I had a look at it, like the front don't come off, so it's that. If you want to change your tab or anything, it's right through the top, like all the other cheaply made stuff in that. Can't be dealing with that. Lifting everything out from the top, or sliding the machine on its side with the cracked floor panels and that, and getting it out. That's why I want to keep this one. I'm going to sand it down at some point and tidy it up, give it a proper clean, spray it up, get the rust off, do a few more things. Yeah, I've never actually paid attention to stuff talking like this. The program, just intermittently changes to. It would explain why it cleans so well. It does quite a few different things for its age. It's quite advanced for when this was made. I've seen it wasn't the. It's more of the bottom model than the top spec. I had all the singing and dancing LG when they sort of first emerged, steam, washer dryer, with the spray at the top, and I had nothing but problems with that one. Heating element went, thermostat went, it's under warranty. I wouldn't normally buy a new one, but I did back then. I can't remember why, but I just did. And I ended up, after so many call outs, sending it back and going back to my old LG jet, my Zanussi jet system, which was in my shed outside, because I preferred it. It was only 1,000 spin, the old ones were, but it done me fine, because my dryer used to cope with it. It was vented dry. I'm going to shut up now. I'll leave this for you guys for a minute. Just for anyone that don't know, when I put the circulation pump in, there is a hack on all of these boards, which I won't go into about how, but LG, by any manufacturer, when they make the boards on mass produce scale, the machines are capable of doing 90% of their main control boards will have extra features, which is how they make their money. So it's already on the program, or it can be added. The program's capable of it, like this one is still capable of having some of the newer stuff, obviously not Wi-Fi and things like that, because it's too old. But this board will have the washer dryer option in there on it. It's just a big black dot on the actual board. But there's also, when they make them, like, if you are really good at microsolar and stuff like that, you can add stuff on it, and especially if you get the correct software and make it. Probably shouldn't say it was. Don't know LG. This company. But yeah, that's the circulation pump is integrated into the program on this one, so it wasn't going to happen. It's one thing that annoys me with the LG is they advertise turbo wash, all this. Why not make full use of it? I know it's all about energy savings, so the pump's not running all the time. Also, the only pump we run to the drum turbo. You put this on a hand wash, and this one uses the pump, circulation pump. So it hardly moves. So it's really delicate. Like, doesn't second turn left or second turn right, sort of a quarter of the drum, not a full rotation, and then it stops. It's still surprisingly, I've got a stain out of one of my tops, one of my Fred Perry tops that has to go on hand wash only on the ferry, and I've got chili con carne down it. I didn't think it was going to come out. I didn't pre-treat it. Chucked it in straight after it happened, and voila, they got it out in less than an hour's wash. I haven't bored anyone. I just rambling on. Apparently I do that. I will say one thing, if there's any engineers, LG, actual, or any LG people end up watching this, employ me. I have a lot of inventions which you guys haven't made, and blueprints. Initially, going back, I was going to submit it to Dyson before they stopped the. It's really good when you brought that out. It's like the old Hoover. I forgot the name now. Hoover. I can't believe it. Cancelled. Brains on that day. I think the 1950s model Hoover with a cartridge. I can't think of the name of it. But it had a pulsator in as well as a drum turner. I can't think of shit. The model when the name is there. I remember when I stopped this. But yeah, when Dyson brought out the dual action. They were very costly machines when they came out, and Dyson also spent far too much money on what they put into it. It was very clever what they've done. The design tools with the I can't think of the name of that now. I've got brain dead. Two tubs turning different directions, turning the clothes into spinning on the base of it, as opposed to going around like that, was ingenious. Dyson, but obviously major bearing issues, and there were engineers had come out with bypass programs, so it's just a normal point to a normal washer like this, which was a shame. But they had two motors on the back, and they were very brushed motors as well. So they were so noisy. It was such a letdown. The machine was also ridiculous weight for a washing machine. I remember when I had to lift one of those. When I went to lift it, I was quite shocked of the weight of it. It was well over 100 kilograms, something like that. I mean, I bench press at the gym 80. I was never able to push past the 80 kilogram barrier, but I did lift it with a mate. But I was actually shocked when we actually trying to get some ridiculous steep stairs for a customer. And we put it in the back of his Astra at the time, the larger Astra, the other ones. It literally dropped at the back. I think so heavy. But yeah, I was going to submit to Dyson, but I decided not to. I never got around to it due to an accident where I broke my back. So I sort of stopped for a few years to that. But yeah, if any LG inventors, creators, or anything like that actually work for LG Direct, or any company actually, I don't care who you are, I'll put it wherever. I have a lot of blueprints and stuff that would probably make any new companies a lot more money and get interest. Stuff that if I had the tools in a workshop, I'd do it myself. Make my own brand and sell it. Something I always want to do on a few things, air conditioners, all sorts of boilers. Unfortunately, something just never got around to doing. I have my workshop here at this property, like I did at my previous property. I had a massive workshop, which is where I used to do all my inventions, furnaces, all sorts. Some fails, some not. Did convert a basic fan oven of mine that died. I did post that video actually on the camera quality was rubbish. It was a very short video. Unfortunately, I lost my account that was on. I deleted the email address by accident. I didn't realise it linked to my previous YouTube channel, and I lost the channel. And I hadn't been on it for a while, and then when I did go on it, it was gone. I think that's 6 months later or something, and I couldn't retrieve the email address to access the account. YouTube, I could gain access from YouTube, I just lost it. It's a big day about that because all my videos are on there, and most of my engineering channels, everything that I made. But the other that I had done, I basically lined it inside with tinfoil, shiny side in to reflect the heat. I removed the fan in it, and I had the heating element at the back of the oven. Obviously the top element, I added a bottom element. I fitted a load of copper pipe inside it, a lot of copper pipe that I had, a lot of elbows, drilled 2 holes in the side of it, fired some in it, and then put red brick round the oven, insulated it. I left the cooling fan on the top of the oven, and then removed the thermostat control, so connected all the heating elements up. I put it on a, I think it was 40 amp breaker, 40 amp cable, so it was drawing a lot, a few kilowatt. But the boiler just
top loaded washing machine on the circulation pump with the filter on it at the top, which is using a dishwasher pump. I had several of them on before, just give us a try, see what happens, and it worked out really well using the heat, just in the old top loader washing machine, so I had a heat wash one and the program was a bit knackered on it, so I just made my own program, which on the video it shows up on the board, on the wall. I was in the process of doing it, I hadn't fully finished it there, but it was working. And on that, I can create my own, you can do something like that. See you later, guys.